because parallelly my recorded audio is also playing.
It's not audible, so.
Okay, so this is a case of now is it audible? Whatever I am saying.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just go back a bit. So this is a case of there was a crisis detachment over here, and there was an outer retinal hole, and there were 2 pits. The patient had a best corrected visual acuity of 3/60, 44-year-old female patient. So now this is a scan through the superior pit, and we can see the communication between the perineural and the subretinal space here, and there was a hyperreflective membrane and the hyperreflective tissue. And once the staining with the tricot and PVD induction was complete, we first started with the removal of that hyperreflective tissue from over the disc, and then we removed the Elschnick's membrane to create a bed for the flaps to cover the pit. So this is the peeling of the Elschnick's membrane. Then it got extended over to the ILM, peripapillary ILM. Now then we started with the fovea sparing ILM peeling, creation of multiple ILM flaps over the chassis detachment and the outer retinal hole. So multiple flaps were being created, and mainly focusing on the cabbage peel technique. And now the flaps were left hinged to the fovea, and so we were left with this remnant ILM. So it was not possible for me to create a big flap to cover the entire disc. So what I decided was to make 2 pedicle flaps, one for the inferior pit and another for the superior pit over here. So once the completion of the pedicle flap creation was achieved, the wall of the ILM over the fovea was trimmed. The cutter kept at low suction and low cut rate. And following this, a passive fluid exchange was started. And subsequently, we started massaging the pedicle flap into the optic disc cavity and over the pit. So what I did was that slow tucking of the flaps was done with a suction of the fluid from the nasal disc, so that the flaps automatically get hinged and get plugged into the 2 pits over here. And multiple strokes was done to push in the flaps into the pits. I'll just fast forward a bit. And you can see that towards the end, the 2 pits were covered by the pedicle flaps, and there was this fovea sparing ILM over the macula, and the hole got closed, the outer retinal hole got closed. The fluid was still getting absorbed, and the pits were plugged. There was obliteration of the communication. And the vision had improved to 6/36 from 3/60, and OCT to the superior pit, we can see the flaps covering over here, as well as the inferior pit, as well as flaps inside the disc cavity. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was a brilliant surgery, Dr. Kshitij. Thank you so much. We have Dr. Preetham Samant, who had joined from his OPD. Good afternoon, Dr. Preetham.
Hello. My apologies for joining late.
No problem. Could you see this case, Dr. Preetham?
I know. I just saw the last few aspects of the surgery.
Okay. Then I will request Dr. Rupak Kanti Biswas for his comments on this particular video. Dr. Rupak, can you please give your comments?
Yeah, first to congratulate Dr. Kshitij for the excellent surgical video. And this is the inward flap over the optic disc is actually the main way out for this, and outer lamellar hole is being managed very well. So specific, I don't need to make any comment. So this is the way we should handle it. People have used a lot of other things to stuff into the optic disc pit, and ultimately we need to close that optic disc pit so that the fluid connection has been has been entrapted. I would like to have a comment from other panelists as well regarding the laser around the peripapillary area.
Dr. Neeraj, sir, can you?
See, actually, I used to see doing laser around the peripapillary area. I think it is not going to bridge the optic disc pit as such. Stuffing with the ILAM or scleral plugs will be a better option. I think doing laser to the peripapillary area, that also in the papillomacular bundle, is going to damage all nerve fiber layer over there. And it has to be not a like light intensity burn. It has to be a little heavy intensity burn if you're aiming for any adhesion formation over there. Generally, I don't do any doing what Dr. Kshitij has shown this putting the pedicle, ILM pedicle into the optic nerve pit, and I do try to stuff also during my surgery, not just putting it there. I do try to stuff over there.
Correct. And what we used to do earlier when the OCT was not very rampant at that point of time, probably it was done little, not knowing how much the gap between, the neurosensory retina and the RP. So even if you do the deep laser also, hardly any cases used to have effect. So what I mean to say is that closure is not that much of in a predictable way, as because you don't know the gap in between RP and the neurosensory in the peripapillary area. So I think this is the way out as of now.
You are doing, Rupak, that laser along with this?
No, not now. This was doing about just when the OCT was just came out, that period of time.
Earlier we were doing also.
Yeah.
Manish, can I have one comment here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I agree with Rupa.
Can we stop the buzzer, please?
The closure of this leakage is unpredictable. Even after ILM peeling and even sometimes even putting glue also, the closure does not happen immediately. So you don't see a flat retina and you don't see the leakage has stopped from the optic pit at the glass appointment or even 3-4 months after the surgery. I think over a period of few months, say maybe 6 months or even longer, the leakage can reduce and the maculopathy can probably settle down. But it is not seen immediately after surgery how you would expect in a macular hole.
Very true. It is something like a traction retinal detachment when you leave it and then over a period of time it slowly settle down. It acts like that.
And when you have a very large optic pit or if you have a double pit, then I think doing a laser around that would be damaging because you would be surrounding almost the entire disc with the laser. So probably in this situation, better not to do laser. But if you have a small optic pit and just a small area where you suspect the leakage, probably laser would be a good idea.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everybody, for your comments. Thank you, Dr.